What if I told you that some of the most famous celebrities in the world were once declared dead, only to shock everyone by returning to life? Imagine waking up one day to find your favorite star trending because of a death announcement, only to later hear that they are very much alive. Some of these cases were media mistakes, others were bizarre hoaxes, and a few still remain mysteries that have never been fully explained. From musicians and actors to billionaires and comedians, the stories behind these false deaths are just as mind-blowing as they are eerie. Was it a simple misunderstanding, a publicity stunt, or something far more mysterious? Did some of these stars actually fake their deaths to escape fame? And why do conspiracy theories still claim some of them never actually died? Stay with us until the end, as we reveal 10 shocking cases of celebrities who were declared dead but somehow made a comeback, proving that sometimes even death can't keep the most famous names away from the spotlight. The mystery of celebrities declared dead but came back alive. What if you woke up one morning and the world believed you were dead? For some celebrities, this bizarre nightmare became reality. Whether it was a shocking media mistake, a well-planned hoax, or an eerie disappearance, these stars were prematurely declared dead, only to resurface alive, leaving fans stunned and the world questioning reality. Throughout history, misreported deaths have created chaos in the entertainment industry. Some were caused by faulty news reports spreading like wildfire, while others stemmed from mistaken identity or elaborate conspiracy theories. In a few cases, the celebrities themselves fueled the mystery by playing along, making people wonder if their death had been intentional. From music legends like Paul McCartney and Tupac Shakur to billionaires and Hollywood icons, these celebrities were thought to be gone forever, until they reappeared, proving the world wrong. But how did these rumors start? What made people believe they had truly passed away? And, in some cases, could there be a deeper mystery behind their supposed deaths? In today's video, we'll uncover the 10 most shocking cases of celebrities who were declared dead but came back alive. Some stories will make you laugh, others will send chills down your spine, and a few might make you question everything you thought you knew. Stay tuned, because some of these cases remain unsolved to this day. Paul McCartney, the Paul is dead conspiracy. The wildest celebrity death hoax in history involves none other than Paul McCartney, one of the Beatles' most legendary members. The bizarre theory began in 1966, when a rumor started circulating that McCartney had died in a car crash and had been secretly replaced by a look-alike to keep the Beatles' success alive. The so-called Paul is dead conspiracy theory spread like wildfire, fueled by hidden clues in Beatles' music and album artwork. Fans pointed out supposed messages in songs played backward, such as Turn Me On, Dead Man in Revolution 9 and I Buried Paul in Strawberry Fields Forever. Some even claimed that his replacement, William Campbell, had undergone surgery to look like Paul. Despite McCartney repeatedly debunking the rumors, the theory refuses to die. In a 1969 interview, he joked, "If I were dead, I'd be the last to know." The Beatles themselves played along with the speculation, even planting more so-called clues in their work. Though Paul McCartney has lived a long and public life, there are still people who swear he is an imposter. Tupac Shakur, the rapper who lives on. When Tupac Shakur was shot in 1996, the world mourned one of the greatest rappers of all time. But not everyone believed he was truly gone. The mystery surrounding Tupac's death began due to unanswered questions, contradictions in witness statements, and strange posthumous releases of his music. Many fans refused to believe that he died, instead claiming that he staged his own disappearance to escape the pressures of fame and potential threats. Over the years, alleged sightings of Tupac have surfaced in Cuba, Malaysia, and even in Las Vegas. In 2018, a video supposedly showing Tupac alive went viral, adding fuel to the conspiracy fire. Additionally, his albums released after his death contained eerie lyrics predicting his demise, leading fans to wonder if he had planned it all. Despite overwhelming evidence that Tupac was indeed murdered, theories persist that he is alive. watching the world from the shadows. Elvis Presley, the king who never left the building. Elvis has left the building has never been more ironic than when fans claim he never left at all. Elvis Presley's 1977 death was ruled a heart attack, but many believe he faked his own death to escape the pressures of fame. Several odd details fueled the rumors. His name was misspelled on his gravestone, some claimed his body in the casket didn't look like him, and people reported seeing him at airports and gas stations after his death. One of the wildest claims suggests that Elvis played an extra in the movie Home Alone as a bearded man standing in the background. Despite endless alleged sightings, no concrete evidence has ever proven that Elvis is still alive. But to this day, millions refuse to believe the king is truly gone. Michael Jackson, the king of pop's mysterious death. When Michael Jackson died in 2009, millions were left in shock, but almost immediately, rumors spread that his death had been staged. The strangest theory came from a viral video that allegedly showed a figure resembling Jackson stepping out of an ambulance after his death. Some fans believe that he faked his death to escape financial and legal troubles, while others think he was forced into hiding by powerful forces. Adding fuel to the rumors, his daughter, Paris Jackson, once posted a photo where a shadowy figure resembling Michael was visible in the background. Some took this as proof that he was still alive, living in secret. The truth? Michael Jackson is gone, but his legend will never die. Andy Kaufman, the ultimate hoax artist. Andy Kaufman was unlike any other comedian of his time, or perhaps of any time. Known for his bizarre, unpredictable performances, Kaufman blurred the line between reality and fiction, making audiences question whether anything he did was ever real. His onstage antics, elaborate pranks, and mind games turned him into an enigmatic figure in the entertainment world, leaving fans unsure of where his act ended and his real personality began. So when news broke in May 1984 that Kaufman had died from a rare form of lung cancer at just 35 years old, many people refused to believe it. Given his history of staging absurd stunts, some fans and even close friends insisted that his death was just another one of his elaborate performances, an ultimate prank on the world. Kaufman had long expressed an interest in faking his own death, often telling those around him that he wanted to disappear and later return in dramatic fashion. His love for pushing the boundaries of comedy, whether by staging fights on live television or impersonating rude alter egos like Tony Clifton, made it difficult for people to accept that this time the joke wasn't on them. Even years after his reported passing, rumors continued to swirl. In the early 1990s, Kaufman's brother, Michael Kaufman, claimed that he had received a mysterious letter from Andy, suggesting that he was alive and living in secret. In 2013, a woman even came forward claiming to be Kaufman's daughter, stating that he had faked his death to escape the public eye. However, it was later revealed that the woman's story was a hoax, ironically in keeping with Kaufman's style. Still, some die-hard fans believe that Kaufman never truly died and that one day he will make his grand return. To this day, people claim to spot Kaufman lookalikes at comedy clubs, music festivals, and public events, keeping the mystery alive. Whether it was one final, brilliant act of deception or a tragic loss of an extraordinary talent, Andy Kaufman's death remains one of Hollywood's greatest unsolved mysteries. For many, he was more than just a comedian. He was an artist of illusion, a master of deception, who may have pulled off the greatest hoax of all time. Jim Morrison, the rock star who disappeared. When the Doors frontman Jim Morrison died in 1971, there was no autopsy performed, and only a few people saw his body. This led to rumors that he faked his death and went into hiding. Some believe he moved to Africa, while others insist he lives as a poet under a different identity. With numerous alleged sightings and secret messages in the Doors' music, fans still wonder if Morrison staged his death for freedom. Steve Jobs, the billionaire who walked away. Steve Jobs was one of the most visionary minds of the modern era, revolutionizing the tech industry with Apple, Pixar, and Next. as the mastermind behind devices like the iPhone, iPad, and Mac. Jobs transformed the way people communicate, work, and experience technology. However, his death in 2011 shocked the world, leaving behind an unparalleled legacy, but also a wave of conspiracy theories suggesting that he might not have truly passed away. Jobs was diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer in 2003, and over the years, he underwent various treatments, including a liver transplant in 2009. His health deteriorated rapidly, and on October 5, 2011, Apple officially announced his passing at the age of 56. The company released a heartfelt statement honoring their co-founder, and tributes poured in from all over the world, with tech giants, politicians, and celebrities recognizing his immense contributions. However, despite the widely accepted narrative, conspiracy theorists argue that Jobs may have faked his death. One of the most popular claims surfaced in 2019 when a photo of a man resembling Jobs sitting at a cafe in Egypt went viral. The man in the image bore an uncanny resemblance to the late Apple CEO, from his signature round glasses to his bald head and even his contemplative posture. This sparked theories that Jobs had chosen to disappear and live out his life in secrecy, away from the corporate world he helped shape. Some speculate that, given his deep interest in spirituality and Buddhist philosophy, Jobs may have orchestrated his death to retreat to a quiet, meditative life, far from the pressures of fame and innovation. Of course, there is no credible evidence supporting these claims. Jobs' family, colleagues, and Apple executives have never hinted at any deception, and his death certificate, medical history, and funeral details align with the reality of his passing. However, the mystery surrounding his life and the profound impact he left on the world continues to fuel speculation, keeping his legacy and these theories alive. Amy Winehouse, the soulful singer's unanswered questions. Amy Winehouse was more than just a musician. She was a once-in-a-generation voice whose blend of jazz, soul, and blues captivated millions. Known for hits like Back to Black, Rehab, and You Know I'm No Good, she rose to global fame with a raw, unfiltered style that felt deeply personal. However, along with her immense talent came an intense struggle with addiction, mental health issues, and the pressures of fame. On July 23, 2011, the world was devastated to learn that Amy Winehouse had passed away in her London home at just 27 years old. The official cause of death was alcohol poisoning, with toxicology reports confirming that her blood alcohol level was more than 5 times the legal limit. However, almost immediately after her passing, conspiracy theories began to emerge, with some fans refusing to believe she was truly gone. Many pointed out the strange circumstances surrounding her death, including her well-documented plans to return to music and how she had been reportedly in good spirits just days before her passing. Others compared her fate to the infamous 27 Club, a tragic pattern where talented musicians like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Kurt Cobain all died at the same young age. Some theorists claim that Winehouse staged her own death to escape the pressures of fame, similar to rumors that have surrounded Elvis Presley and Tupac Shakur. These theories were fueled by alleged sightings of Amy alive in remote locations, with some believing that she had vanished to live a private life away from the spotlight. Her father, Mitch Winehouse, has strongly denied these claims, urging people to focus on honoring her legacy rather than spreading unfounded rumors. However, many fans still refuse to accept the official story, believing that there are unanswered questions about the night she died. Whether true or not, Amy Winehouse's impact on the music industry remains undeniable, and her legacy continues to inspire artists worldwide. 10. Prince Philip, the Royal Death Hoax. Before Prince Philip officially passed away in April 2021 at the age of 99, multiple false death rumors had already circulated online for years. As one of the longest-living royal family members, Philip frequently became the subject of hoaxes, with internet rumors falsely declaring his death as early as 2017. One of the most notorious incidents occurred in 2019, when a fake BBC tweet went viral claiming Philip had died. The false report spread rapidly, causing an uproar among royal watchers. The truth? Philip was still alive at the time and continued making public appearances despite declining health. In 2021, when the official news of his passing was announced, many conspiracy theorists refused to believe it. Some claimed that Philip had actually died years earlier, but the royal family had hidden the truth. Others insisted that his death was staged for political reasons. Despite the wild theories, Prince Philip's passing in 2021 was real, marking the end of an era for the British monarchy. However, his numerous deaths before his actual passing prove just how easily misinformation spreads, even about the world's most famous figures. Jeffrey Epstein, a death that sparked global conspiracies. One of the most controversial and mysterious deaths in recent history is that of financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. On August 10, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan prison cell where he was awaiting trial on federal charges. Officials ruled his death as a suicide, but theories immediately spread that he had faked his death or had been murdered to silence him. Given his connections to high-profile politicians, business leaders, and celebrities, many found it hard to believe that he simply took his own life. The Epstein didn't kill himself movement exploded, with millions suspecting a massive cover-up. Some claimed that Epstein had escaped and was living under a new identity, pointing to conspiratorial gaps in prison security footage, conflicting autopsy reports, and alleged sightings of him alive. Despite ongoing speculation, the official ruling remains that Epstein died in his cell. However, the lack of transparency surrounding his case ensures that conspiracy theories about his survival will persist for years to come. Osama bin Laden, the mysterious mission. The death of Osama bin Laden in 2011 was one of the most significant global events in modern history. But some people refuse to believe he was actually killed. According to official reports, bin Laden was located and killed by U.S. Navy SEALs in a secret raid in Abbottabad, Pakistan. However, no photographs or videos of his body were ever released, and his burial at sea only deepened suspicion. Many theorists argue that bin Laden had already died years earlier, possibly due to illness, and that the 2011 raid was staged for political gain. Others believe that he faked his death and escaped to an unknown location. Despite multiple government confirmations, conspiracy theories persist, with some people still claiming he is alive. Avril Lavigne, the strange clone theory. One of the most bizarre celebrity death rumors surrounds Avril Lavigne. Unlike the others on this list, Avril was never officially declared dead, but according to a popular internet conspiracy, she secretly died in 2003 and was replaced by a lookalike named Melissa. This wild theory originated from Brazilian fan forums, where some claimed that Avril had died after her first album's success, and that her record label hired a doppelganger to keep the brand alive. Fans pointed to subtle differences in her appearance, changes in her singing voice, and lyrics that seemed to hint at her death. Avril herself has laughed off the theory, calling it the strangest rumor she's ever heard. But that hasn't stopped people from believing that the real Avril is long gone. Jim Carrey, the hoax that fooled millions. In 2016, a shocking internet hoax falsely claimed that comedian Jim Carrey had been found dead in his home. The news spread like wildfire, with millions mourning his loss before realizing the reports were fake. This wasn't the first time Carrey had been targeted by fake death rumors. Similar hoaxes resurfaced in 2020 and again in 2022, falsely alleging that he had died in tragic accidents or sudden health complications. Carrey himself eventually responded to the hoaxes in interviews, joking that he was very much alive and doing well. Despite his reassurances, the internet's obsession with celebrity deaths ensures that Carrey will likely continue to be killed off in fake reports for years to come. The thin line between truth and myth. Why do so many people believe these wild celebrity death hoaxes? Are they a result of misinformation, wishful thinking, or something more? In the age of social media, false reports spread faster than ever. A single misleading post can spark an entire conspiracy theory, leading fans to believe that their favorite celebrities are either still alive or have been secretly replaced. But what's even stranger? Some of these celebrities played along, adding fuel to the fire and making their resurrections even more convincing. Whether it's Paul McCartney joking about his death or Andy Kaufman's legacy of trickery, some of these cases will never truly be solved. At the end of the day, one thing is certain. As long as there are celebrities, there will be wild rumors about their deaths and possible returns. Whether true or false, these stories keep the legends alive, proving that some icons never truly fade away.